Hello friends, Archangel with Crypto Angel here, bringing you the Shytoshi Eric Roundup for June 27th, 2021. As a reminder, this is a quick run through of community relevant information from Shytoshi and Eric. I won't be adding much commentary if any. This is simply for those who don't have access to the Discord channel or don't want to sort through the walls of text to find information. I'll also not be including responses where the original message was deleted or not retrievable and we can't figure out the context from the response. So with that, here we go. And Shytoshi was fairly quiet yesterday, so we'll begin with Eric. Groove Remover says, "Okay Eric, people want to know what percentage bone per block means. How much bone will start in price?" Eric responds, "What's the doubt about bones per block? Each 13.2 seconds, approximately, but can be confirmed on Etherscan, X amount of bones is minted and distributed in all the pools of Shytoshi Swap. Depending on your share of those pools, you will receive Y tokens." Tom says, "Yo Eric, got stuck on this morning. So the X Fund stuff is so big. I just checked, they have only 5,500 coins. So Leash has 107,000 coins and 700 AP. X Fund has 1,000 holders and 50 AP. Eric responds, "There's 16 pairs on the pool that are eligible for bones. You can analyze all of them and see if they are worth more than others. Didn't make the maths, to be honest." Shiba Boy says, "When you bury SHIB, you get 3% total bone per block. Every 13.2 seconds, 50 bone per block is minted for berry distribution. Is that correct?" Eric responds, 50 bone per block are distributed to berry during the Liquidity Event. 30 to SHIB, 10 to Leash, and 10 to bone. So you will get a percentage of them depending on your share of the pool." Stephen Moore says, "Our concern, Eric, is that we expect the leash price to outpace Ethereum and are worried about that eroding our leash holding. So trying to ensure the risk of impermanent loss." Eric responds that the risk of all the liquidity pools, that's the risk of all liquidity pools, that's why the rewards are usually higher. It's a personal decision. You must consider the potential growth of our next token and decide if you want to take that impermanent risk, it's impermanent for some reason, in order to get as much bones as possible. Willie Stroke says, "What is the size of the pool? And how can we figure out what percentage of bone we can expect?" Eric responds, "You can't. The size of the pool depends on the people who join it." Shiba Boy says, "How many devs/OG mods are the 100 bone per block being distributed to approximately?" Eric responds, "A part goes to development. It's not just for devs and admins. Don't remember the exact number, but there's a lot of people. If we just take into consideration OG people, probably more than 40 or 50. If we consider everyone, more than 100. Willie Stroke says, "That's what I was wondering. If you dig with 5 leash in a pool of 50,000, it's probably not worth doing, unless bone is going to be more valuable in the long run." Eric responds, "Depends. There's 20,000 leash holders. Also, thinking like this is just staying on the small picture. If people don't help the project, quote, because it's not worth your interests, end quote, they won't help the project grow. Part of the entire returns of the platform depend on the adoption, the amount of transactions, and the fees. So the most people who use it, the more money people will make. That is the big picture." Bud's Buddy says, "Eric, is it true that the amount of time you have your SHIB leash bone staked, it will increase your rewards exponentially to incentivize holding and not taking rewards?" Eric responds, "Returns are distributed weekly considering blocks. So if you unstake, you cut that. The more blocks happen while you stake, the most you earn. but that looks obvious. Simon Hands Luke says, have you heard anything from Coinbase about when they will list Shiba and also potentially Leash? Eric responds, we are not in contact with them. Owly says, can I leave my rewards to accumulate so that I can wait for beneficial gas fees? Eric responds, yes, you can claim them whenever you want. NL Shib says, which coin or token will become a stable coin if planned well, Shi or Shib? Eric responds, Shib will not be a stable coin. Read Ryoshi's Medium for further information. 9Tiger NK says, after Liquidity Event, can we buy bones? Eric responds, and during. 9Tiger NK says, I remember someone said the swap function would not be available until the Liquidity Event finished. Eric responds, it will be available. Selecta says, is a dedicated mobile app for everyday use to get the most out of it on the horizon in the future. I don't mean next week, LOL. Eric responds, not in our early plans for now. You can access Shiba Swap through your phone anyway. Groover Mover says, so you can QR code connect wallets, yes? Eric responds, you can install MetaMask or other wallets on your phone and access Shiba Swap, yes. As a statement, Eric says, all our ecosystem started under a penny. That's important for us. Everyone must be able to get as much as they can at lower prices. 9Tiger says, is the rate decided by the first liquidity provider? Eric responds, our deployer will set it. And this is in reference to Bone. Shiba Boy says, that's zero risk. I need to risk over 5,000 on Leash ETH pair and will end up with roughly 500 bone at the end of the event if I can pair one Leash and holders stay the same. Eric responds, it's fair. That's a personal decision, but you can check Sushi's historic. Maybe that can help you. And I believe that's historic pricing. Their Sushi started under 0.2 and their all-time high is around 24. That's a 100 buy return. We have a lot more holders at the point of releasing. Can it be better? Who knows? Maybe that 500 bones at X price are worth the risk. Nobody knows, not a financial advisor. Evil Shark Cam says, in the earlier video, SHIB analyst says swap might be running on Polygon for lower fee and mass scale, but as for now, we know it's not. But what about the future? Eric responds, that's not true. Evil Shark Cam says, just curious, is there any other bigger surprises or ideas are waiting for us other than swap that can shake the market or even crypto as a whole? Eric responds, we are working on different things to be implemented on Shiba Swap, but for now, the focus is to launch. There will be time to present the other things in the future. Lineman says, maybe I missed this, but will there be a way to purchase through Shiba Swap, or is it all via your wallet? Eric responds, you need to connect a wallet to use Shiba Swap. Everything is done through there. DGZ says, which part of Shiba Swap are you mainly working on? Eric responds, Shytoshi and me work together on the big picture of the project. He's more focused on the global vision of the project, partnerships and relationships, etc. And I am more focused in coordinating teams, UI, UX, design, and review, etc. That's not a classical scheme. We have a really reduced core team, and everything is considered by all of us before taking decisions. So yep, the roles are not like the ones you would find on a classical company. Gargo says, hello, we all watched Steve's videos, and in some of them is showing how Shiba will be pegged on $1. So this is misinformation? If it is, maybe better to tell Steve to repair videos. Wink. By the way, I love you guys. Eric responds, it's misinformation, yes. SHIB is not and will not be a stablecoin. This is SHI. When Lambo says, can we ask Wolfpaper V2 related questions for the AMA? And this is in response to the Surtech AMA. Eric responds, probably. If you are having an AMA with Surtech, the interesting part of it is asking them security stuff. Makes no sense to ask questions that can be asked there. Willie Stroke says, will Bones start being minted once Shiba Swap launches, or not until we start to dig our tokens and provide liquidity? Eric responds, at the moment someone provides liquidity. Stormwing Forever says, with impermanent loss, if pairs become imbalanced, say leash Ethereum, is there an option to manually increase one of the tokens to balance it out? Eric responds, no. Gate Reaper says, I haven't been answered yet. Why have all the distribution rewards for bury and dig of bone and pool percentages have been lowered from 0.3%, the first version of the Wolfpaper, and the new version has 0.1%? Can you please explain this for everyone? Eric responds, balance liquidity on the platform. NL Shib says, maybe better marketing and explain how, when, and what. And don't let Steve say misinformation, in my opinion. Eric responds, YouTubers are not my business. And the rest, I keep repeating the same. Makes no sense to not do research before you ask. Jump says, Eric, maybe consider putting it in the FAQ. Eric responds, if you write Eric M on the search bar and look for my messages during 10 to 15 minutes, you'll probably have all your doubts answered. Skyscream says, I don't know if this was already asked. If yes, I'm sorry. Can I purchase Shiba on Shiba Swap, like a centralized exchange? Eric responds, you can swap tokens on Shiba Swap if there's liquidity enough. MH Tha says, is it leash or bone is core assets for the future of Shi project? Eric responds, Shi, Shibarium, etc. are future projects that are starting to be discussed and developed. Can't bring info about them here, teams are not the same right now. Basurka says, do you all need any more dev help? How does one participate? Eric responds, we'll bring more people on the future, not right now. We can't risk joining people at that early phase. Emidigi says, yeah, I get the gas fees for doing any action, but if I let's say stake and that's just one action, so do I only pay gas once, but I also receive the X token straight to my wallet? Or is the X token still attached to the swap and I have to then withdraw that to my wallet for more gas fees? Eric responds, once you pay the gas for staking a token, you receive the X token in your wallet. When Lambo says, and I believe the purpose of putting 3000 AP on the Bone ETH pool is to make more people be interested in adding their bones to the liquidity pools. Eric responds, the entire platform is about balancing and encouraging people to use it. You receive more bones if you dig them, and it helps liquidity. People want more bones, they use the platform, fees increase, and returns to the people increase. You have a 6-month lock, balancing and avoiding high dumps. Ethereum fee returns are reduced, balancing liquidity again. Everything has an explanation, yes. They are not random decisions as someone tried to state before. IO Animator says, SHIB is no longer stakeable in multiples of a million anymore. I don't see it anywhere in the Wolfpaper. Eric responds, no limit anymore. Eric says, read carefully. Dig 1000, bury 50, development 100. And this is in reference to the version 2.0 of the Wolfpaper on the Liquidity Event page. So the bones per block did increase for the 1000 to dig instead of 900. KD6 says, I have heard that you will be able to get bone and dig within the first minute of the liquidity event. Is this true? Eric responds, dig bone returns are available immediately. JCN Netherlands says, so the deployer will launch, but how will people know it's live and the website is accessible? Just trying to put a game plan together. It will be announced, Eric says. Will be a matter of seconds. Well, people is aware of that. Chinister says, didn't make sense why a dev would say that. And this is in reference to people posing as devs in various channels and platforms. Eric responds, a dev will never tell you what you have to do with your investments. Munchie Monkey says, after the 2-week liquidity event, will the LP token that was fetched from Uniswap go back, or does it stay on Shiba Swap? Eric responds, you convert your Uni V2 into SSLP. Salvo says, will we be able to bury and dig X Fund on Swap? Eric responds, you cannot bury X Fund. You can dig whatever token you want. Eric says the only tokens you can bury are SHIB, Leash, and Bone. SNZ says, hey, how does fetch work? Will it withdraw your current tokens from Uniswap along with any impermanent loss and then dig them in Shiba Swap? Is this written somewhere? Eric responds, your Uni V2 or SLP gets automatically converted into SSLP. When you remove the liquidity, you will receive the pending fees from your previous DEX. Spitfire says, so in the updated Wolfpaper, staking either SHIB or Leash now earns you more of that token, right? Where does that reward come from? Is it bought back? Eric responds, yes, our system makes a conversion to provide you the token. D19 says, are there other events that will be held other than coin launches? Eric responds, we have a clear roadmap until 2023, so I guess yes. And with that, we've wrapped up the June 27th, 2021 Shytoshi and Eric Roundup. Archangel out.